Hello, I'm Erica Nicole, and you're watching Rooted and Rich. And today I want to talk to you about something that I think will surprise you, and that is how high salary earners, people making $150,000 or more, are broke, while someone making half of that, $50,000, $75,000 a year, is quietly building wealth. And the difference is not income, it is net worth. And so today I want to talk to you about net worth. I know society, we celebrate high income earners. We celebrate high incomes, high salaries, bonuses, promotions, because bringing in more money is great. It's fantastic. It's the thing that we all love. But how much of that money do you keep is really the true builder of wealth. Wealth is built over time. And so I want us to really think about this when we think about net worth over the course of the year. So I've been calculating my net worth for probably the past 5 to 8 years. And I think it's been really good in helping me understand my financial position and where I'm at financially. A lot of times we get caught up in, I'm going to pay off this debt and I'm going to, invest a little bit here in my retirement. I'm going to save this money here for this vacation or this. I want to start saving for the kids. But we don't understand the true picture of where we're at. Net worth helps us to have a true financial picture of where we're at, and where we may want to go. Saying that if I really want to see if I'm building wealth, if my net worth is $1 million, I might be wealthy, even though I might make under $100,000. It is possible for me to have a net worth of 1 million, $5 million, versus someone who makes $150,000 or $145,000 who net worth is in the negative. And so today I want to talk to you about net worth. And income really defines your lifestyle. So people will see your income and they'll say like, oh, you make good money. So, you drive that nice car, you have that large 5 bedroom house, or, you wear designer bags or designer clothes. Lifestyle is really determined by income. If you don't make that much money, you really can't have the fancier lifestyle if you want to have a high net worth, or if you want to keep the money that you make. And so, you may see that person that doesn't make that much money being more frugal, counting the costs and clipping coupons, or, buying a car that's not luxury or not foreign. And so, income can determine your lifestyle, but net worth really talks about what you retain. So let's think about net worth. Net worth is calculated by what you own versus what you owe. And so if you took a basic accounting class, or even accounting 101, assets minus liabilities equal net worth. And so today I'm going to talk to you with a realistic example of, how to calculate your net worth, what that looks like, and what that means to us. So let's take an example. So an example of assets are checking and savings account, emergency fund, 401k, IRA, your home equity, your car value, your business value, your 529 plan. So those are things of assets. So those are your assets. Your liabilities could be like your mortgage, how much you have left on your mortgage, student loan debt, car loans, credit card, personal loans, anything that you owe back. So let's take this high salary earner, because I really want to break this down in layman terms. And they make $145,000. So that means if you live in the Midwest like I do, that's a lot of money. If you live on the East Coast or the West Coast, you may be saying, that's not that much. But let's just take it wherever you're on, whatever is a high salary for you. Use this example for you. Use that number for you. But I'm going to do $145,000 because that's a pretty good salary if you live in the Midwest. So this person has $8,500 in savings, so they do have savings. They have $42,000 in 401k, so they have been building. And we don't know how old this person is. So $42,000 could be an okay thing if they're, in their 20s, and it could be a bad thing if they're in their 40s or 50s. They have a brokerage account. They say, oh, I got this bonus. You know what? I'm going to do something smart with it. And I'm going to open up a brokerage account and invest in some stocks. So they got $5,000 in stock. Their car value currently is $28,000. And their home value currently, that is what their home is worth today if they were to sell it, is $425,000. For a total of $508,000 and $508,500. So that is the total of their assets. Now they have some liabilities. So their mortgage, they have $398,000 left to pay on their mortgage. They have $68,000 in student loans. They have a $31,000 car loan, and they have credit cards of $14,000. So their total liabilities is $511,000. So they have a negative net worth of $2,500. And you see this person, they still have some savings. They still are putting away in their retirement a little bit. They still, might even feel good. They might even feel good about themselves. Like, hey, I know I got credit card debt. I got $14,000, but I got $8,500 saved, so I can make it work and I can finagle here and there. But let's look at a person that only makes $55,000 a year, and let's see what they have. So they have $18,000 saved in an emergency fund. And this might seem like really, really crazy, but if you've been building your emergency fund over the course of a few years, it's possible that you can put away $18,000 even on a income. And if that's not realistic enough, let's just say the income is $75,000 a year. They have $78,000 in their 401k. So they've been putting away a little more aggressively. They also have a paid off car of $9,000. It's worth $9,000. So they have no car loan. And they have a Roth IRA, because this person was just super amazing, of $22,000. So they have been putting away some money. So they have total assets of $127,000. We're going to assume that this person is living in an apartment because they don't have a mortgage, but they do have some student loan debt. So their liabilities, they have $12,000 in student loan debt. They have no car loan debt, and they have no credit card debt. And this person's total net worth is $127,000 minus the $12,000, and they have a net worth of $115,000. This is a person that makes $55,000. So that means that they're making decisions to keep more money than they make. When I think about net worth and you think about this situation, what is the difference? Because this high salary earner, they're making, they actually make more than a year than this person has in net worth, but they're only retaining a small portion. They're not even retaining a small portion of that because they have a negative net worth. So when I think about net worth, your income is the water that is going in the bucket, the water that is going into your home, coming into your home. And the net worth is how much you retain of that. And some of you guys that earn a lot of money or have a lot of holes in your bucket, your money is going to many different places, and you're not keeping track, and you're not doing that. The person that making $55,000 or $75,000, to make that example more realistic, they may not look rich, but financially they are stronger. And they have more. They are retaining more of what they make. So the six-figure earner may look wealthy, but the disciplined earner is building wealth. And so income can feel powerful, but net worth is truly powerful. Net worth determines your freedom of change of jobs, your freedom to take a break, your freedom to invest, your freedom to start something new, your freedom to handle emergencies without panic, and your freedom to eventually one day retire. When you focus on income only, um, you ask yourself, how can I make more money? What kind of promotion can I get? You constantly focus on overtime and making more money. But when you focus on net worth, you ask the question, how can I keep what I'm already earning? And that's completely different energy, because that changes the conversation to, how can I lessen what I'm putting out, what I'm buying, what I'm spending, and how can I keep more of that into my home, into my retirement plans, into my savings accounts? And so you don't have to be obsessed over it monthly when it comes to net worth. I don't want you to think about, your net worth all the time. So this is a kind of like, I do it once a year, I sit it and forget it, and I see if I'm trending downwards or upwards. What this does is this allows you to create a plan for the year. And we're still in the beginning of the year. By the time you see this video, it'll be in March. And so we're still in Basically, we're rounding out first quarter, right? We're rounding out the first quarter. And so what I want you to do this quarter, before this quarter ends, I want you to calculate your net worth. I want you to sit down. I want you to think about everything you own. I want you to get numbers. I want you to go to Kelly Blue Book value, and I want to look up your car's value. I want you to go to I want you to pull out your mortgage and your loan, your loan agreement. Usually that's all in the mortgage, right? So if you look it up, it'll tell you what the value of the home is at the time and what you currently owe, and it'll take you through. I want you to look at that. I want you to look at your student loan debt. I want you to look at all of it. I want you to write it down, all of the assets, all the things you own, what your car value is, all of those things. And then I want you to subtract what you owe, all the personal loans, all the credit card debt, everything. And I want you to find out what your net worth. And the reason I want you to calculate this number and I want you to spend time doing this is because once you have that overall picture and you know your position financially, now you can do something about it, because we can focus in on what's most important. If you see right off the bat that you have a negative net worth, you're not saving for retirement, you're not saving enough, and you can do a quick chat GPT to say, like, how much money at what age, how much money should I have to be a millionaire when I retire? Or how much money does the average person need in retirement at my age? What is the average person? And if I want to retire by this age, how much should I have in there? You can do quick searches so you can see if you're behind, or if that's the area you want to focus on is retirement investing, or is the area just the basics like the emergency fund, making sure that if life happens, you have something to cover you for some months or some time, so that it can buy you the freedom to change jobs, or to, do something different, or to retire early. So last thing last, I do want it to help you to shift directions, to make changes, make changes. Net worth is built over a year. And so I want you to do this as a yearly assignment. And maybe I'll make another video about this next year to check in to see how have you progressed on your net worth. Because each year you should be showing some progression. If you're investing in your retirement plan, if you're saving for an emergency fund and you get 6 months, this should influence. If you pay off your car or pay off your credit card debt, this all will have impact on your net worth. And so net worth is built through your daily decisions, but it doesn't really fluctuate fast. So it's not something that's going to change in a month unless you like pay down a ton of debt in that month. And then you may want to calculate your net worth again. Let me tell you about a rich mindset, because this is what this channel is all about. It's all about having a rich mindset. And a rich mindset is not about appearances. So it's not about luxury. It's not about posting your wins online. It's about ownership. It's about having something to your name, that at the end of the day, when you lay your head down, you don't have all these things, but no money in the bank, no money in retirement. You're not crowded with all these things, but nothing worth something. So when your assets grow, your options grow. When you stop performing for wealth and start building it, the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to be secure, to have stability, that your children don't have to take care of you when you're old, because you've built your own wealth and your own net worth. And this goal of being secure, of having stability, of knowing your net worth and seeing it grow over time, and not just shooting for those high salaries, because yes, I want you to have a high salary. I want a higher salary. I think everybody should shoot for that. But also everyone should be shooting to improve their net worth year over year over year, so that they can have security and stability regardless of how much they make. Because I'm telling you, there are people that are millionaires today that never seen six figures in salary or in their business, but they were smart and they were wise with their money, and they had a long-term mindset, a rich mindset, and they were able to live a rich life, making the choices that they want to make, doing the things that they want to do, living in the cities that they want to live in, and having the kind of stability and wealth that they wanted to have for their future. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps to spread this message. And also, if you want to, drop when you're going to calculate your net worth. Let me know if you calculated your net worth, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.